morning students. Last time under the control and coordination we studied about the basic points, that is nervous tissue and the neuroglial cells. Means in case of human nervous system, the basic structural and functional unit is the neuron. The last time we studied about the structure of a neuron. This neuron, it consists of such type of a cell body, and this cell body, it consists of this one part is cytoplasm. Okay, and from this a long process arises. This long process is called as axon, and it is covered with the such type of membrane, that is neurilemma, and this one M, it forms the telodendrons. Okay, such type of telodendrons. Now, in case of the telodendron, the next point we are going to study about, that is synapses. Which one is the point? Synapses. Now, this synapses means in case of the transmission of nerve. This is one neuron. Okay. To this cyton of another neuron, it is attached. This is axon, again telodendronic vein. Okay. Now here, in between this telodendron and this dendron, here is a gap, or here is a junction. Now this gap or junction, it is called as synapse. What it called as? Synapse. Synapse means what? Synapse is nothing but the gap or junction in between the end of one neuron, that is axon, and another end, that is dendrons of another neuron. Now this is called as synapse. Now this synaptic junction, it is very important for the transmission of nerve impulse. Okay, this is actually nerve fiber, and these nerve fiber shows the property. Okay, here is the presence of cell, outside this cell, cytons are present. Okay, these dendrons, they accept the stimulus. These nerve fiber shows first property. The property in which first property is called as excitability. What is the property? Excitability. Excitability means these nerve fibers get excited. Okay. Now how these nerve fiber excite? Suppose there is any internal or external stimulus. Internal or external stimulus. This stimulus, it is carried towards the dendrons. What is carried? It carried towards the dendron. Now these dendron collect this stimulus, and then this stimulus, it comes into the cyton of the cell body. Means now the stimulus comes in the cyton. Now this stimulus from the dendrons, when it came into this cyton, from this cyton, this is transferred through the axon, where it is transmitted to the axon, and from this axon, this is goes in the telodendronic end. Where this stimulus goes, it goes to the telodendron. Now this is one nerve fiber. To this one nerve fiber, this is second nerve fiber connected, and here is the formation of this junction. It is called as synapse. What it called as? It is called as synapse. Now the first property shows that is excitability, means when there is any sensation from external or internal environment. This sensation, it is taking and this stimulus due to which nerve fibers get excited. This is the first property of the nerve fiber, that is nerve fibers accept stimulus, and this stimulus due to which nerve fibers get excited. Okay, this is first property. After excitation, what happened? There is conductivity. Means this stimulus now it is accepted. Okay, this stimulus is accepted, and after that it is carried or transmit to the another neuron. This property is called as conductivity. What it called as conductivity means, in case of the second property, this nerve fiber shows ability to transmit. Excitability means stimulus is collected, and conductivity means this stimulus is transmitted to the neuron. Now, when this stimulus to the nerve fibers, this stimulus from the internal or external environment, means stimulus, these are of different type. Some stimulus are physical, some stimulus are chemical, certain stimulus are internal, certain stimulus are external. Depending upon that situation, this stimulus which is received, this stimulus may be subliminal or supraliminal. Now, these two terms are very important. See here, the subliminal. Now, subliminal stimulus means weak stimulus. This stimulus is weak. See, this subliminal means weak stimulus. Okay, and supraliminal stimulus means this is strong stimulus. Which stimulus? This is strong stimulus. Means whatever the stimulus, it may be physical, it may be chemical, these changes which are detected by the body, these changes are called as stimulus. Sometimes these stimulus are weak. How? Some stimulus are weak stimulus. Okay? And these weak stimulus are called as subliminal. What is called as subliminal stimulus? Here is the subliminal means weak stimulus, supraliminal means these are the strong stimulus. Okay. Now, these stimulus, when received by the body, this nerve fiber also shows one of the property, that is next one property, summation effect. What is the effect? Summation effect. Now, summation means simply the meaning of the summation is addition. What is the meaning of summation? Summation means is the addition. Now, addition of what? That is addition of weak stimulus. When there is stimulus is weak, okay, at that time what happened? The number of weak stimulus added, and such weak stimulus, this shows addition effect, or this is also called as the summation effect. Okay, means if the stimulus to the body it is weak, number of weak stimulus, it is summation, and after the summation they shows the effect. Means summation effect means addition of subliminal stimulus. Subliminal means weak stimulus. What is subliminal means weak stimulus. Okay. Now, the next property is all or none law. All means all the stimulus conducted by the nerve impulse. Sometimes all the stimuluses which is received by our body, all these are carried. And sometimes what happen? None means no any conduction of the stimulus. Nerve fiber will not conduct any type of stimulus, this is called as all or none law. Okay. The next property is refractory period. Which period? Refractory period. Now in this refractory period, it is the time interval in which nerve fails to respond. Means if there is stimulus come to the body, but sometime what happened? Our nerve fibers cannot give response. This is called as refractory period. Okay. Now due to which refractory period? Our nerves fail to respond. They does not accept stimulus. They does not transmit the impulse. They just fail to respond. This is called as refractory period. Okay. Then third one is the synaptic delay. What is synaptic delay? Now this is also one of the important point, that is synaptic delay means, see, this is the structure of synapse, such type of, this synapse, it also consists of membranes, presynaptic membrane and also postsynaptic membrane. Inside this such type of vesicles are present. These vesicles are called as synaptic vesicles. Okay. Here is the presence of synaptic clefts as like this. Okay. When stimulus came into this synapse, what happened? At this junction, this is called as synapse. Okay. At this junction, what happened? This synaptic vesicle, it consists of neurotransmitter enzyme. What it consists of? Neurotransmitter. Now all these vesicles came here and they release a substance. This substance is called as neurotransmitter substance. Okay. Here is the release of neurotransmitter substance. Okay. Due to the release of neurotransmitter substance, whatever the time taken for this, means stimulus come. Okay. This stimulus, here is the transmission takes place, this synaptic clefts open, then release of the neurotransmitter. Okay. This transmitter releasing, it required the time. Okay. And this time required is called as synaptic delay. Delay means some time which is taken for that process. Okay. It is called as synaptic delay. Means time required to release the transmitter. Sometime what happens? The synaptic fatigue occur. Fatigue means fail to work. Also human muscles get fatigue, means we cannot able to work. Okay. Also in case of this synaptic fatigue we can occur. Means there is temporary halt. Temporary halt means break. Okay. If we take the lunch break, okay, such type of break, these breaks also taken by the nerve fiber. Means for some time interval, these nerve fibers, they do not transmit any impulse. This is called as a temporary halt, that is break or temporary rest in the transmission of the nerve fiber. This is called as synaptic fatigue. Okay. Then if we consider the next property, that is velocity. The transmission of nerve impulse when we studied, in case of this, velocity is also one of the important property of the nerve fiber. Means what happened? In case of the long and thick nerve fibers, in case of long and thick nerve fibers, the velocity is higher. Means transmission of the velocity, it is higher in case of the long and thick nerve fibers. Okay. And if you consider the voluntary muscles or involuntary muscle, in case of these voluntary muscles, the velocity rate is 100 to 200 milli per second, and in case of involuntary nerve fibers, it is 10 to 20 milli per second. Okay, means in case of the velocity, those muscles which work as per our will, these muscles are called as voluntary muscles. In this voluntary muscle, the speed of velocity is 100 to 200 milli per second. And in case of involuntary muscle, it is 10 to 20 millimeter per second. Okay, this is the velocity of the nerve fiber. Okay, now in case of these properties of the nerve fiber, first property we studied that excitability, means the nerves can accept the stimulus and get excited. Okay. Second property is conductivity. Conductivity means ability to transmit the excitations. Third one is stimulus. This stimulus means any detectable physical, chemical or electrical change, and this change is in external or internal environment. Okay. In case of summation, in case of stimulus, there are two types of the stimulus. First one is the subliminal, that is weak stimulus, and supraliminal, that is strong stimulus. Okay. Then fourth one property is summation effect. Summation effect means in case of this, addition of weak stimulus takes place, and this addition, it results into a stimulus. This is called as summation effect. Summation word, it is also having the same meaning, that is addition. Then all and none law is the next property, in which nerve conduct impulse or will not conduct the impulse. Sometimes what happens, these nerve fibers, they conduct the nerve, or sometimes they will not conduct the nerve, that is not conduct the stimulus. Then sixth property is refractory period. It is the time interval in between the nerve fail to respond, means nerves do not give any response to the transmission of stimulus. Seventh one property is the synaptic cleft. Which is the property? Synaptic cleft or synaptic delay, sorry. This synaptic delay means it is the time required to release the transmitter. Neurotransmitters release, and these neurotransmitters, these are the release here, and this take the time, which is called as synaptic delay. Then synaptic fatigue. Synaptic fatigue means temporary halt in the transmission, means there is no transmission of the nerve fibers taking place. And next one property is the velocity. Velocity means in case of voluntary muscles, the rate of transmission is 100 to 200 milli per second, and in case of involuntary, 10 to 20 milli per second. Okay, such type of properties, these are shown by the nerve fibers. And when we studied about the synapse, this synaptic junction, or it is a junction between two nerve cells with a minute gap in between them, there is transmission of impulse takes place by the neurotransmitter bridge. Means here is the formation of a bridge, and at this bridge there is release of the neurotransmitter substances, and these neurotransmitter substances is responsible for the transmission of the impulse. Okay. Now this synapse, in which there are also two types. The first one synapse is the electrical synapse. What is electrical synapse? And second one synapse is the chemical synapse. Now in case of this electrical synapse, it is very fast. Why? Because this electrical synapse, in which there is quick transmission of the nerve impulse. Okay. And in case of the chemical synapse, there is release of the neurotransmitter substances. What is the release of substances? Neurotransmitter substances get released. Okay. Now such type of synapse which occur at this synaptic junction, these are responsible for the generation of nerve impulse. And this generation of nerve impulse, it is possible due to this transmission or release of the neurotransmitter substances. Now actually what happens? During the transmission of nerve impulse takes place, in case of the transmission, there are two states, that is polarized state and depolarized state. What happened? Polarized and depolarized state. Okay. Now in case of this transmission, polarized and depolarized state, it is responsible for the conduction. Now after studying the properties of nerve fiber, next one we are going to study about the generation of nerve impulse. During the synapse, we studied that at the synaptic junction there is transmission of the nerve impulse. Means from one axon, nerve impulse is transmitted to the second one. Now this transmission, during which certain changes takes place inside the axon. See, this is first axon, this is second axon. Now this axon or this neuron, it is at resting position, or this state is called as polarized state. Means before getting stimulus, the neurons are in resting stage. Means this stage is also called as polarized state. Now in this polarized state, what is the interior environment? Internally, these neurons, these are electronegative. Means negatively charged ions are more inside this neuron. Okay. And outside the nerve fiber, there are positively charged ions, due to which exterior environment is electropositive. Okay. Now this positive ions means Na plus and K plus. High amount of positively charged ions, it is called as resting stage of the neuron. This condition is called as electropositive, and interiorly environment is electronegative. Now when there is in resting stage, the stimulus is accepted. It is very important point. When stimulus is accepted by the neuron, this polarized state, it is changed into depolarized state. Okay. Now depolarized state means what? Due to this stimulus, what happens? These positively charged ions shows rapid influx of the sodium and potassium ions inside this environment. Means what happened? These positively charged ions, okay, this condition is electronegative. Okay, this is polarized state. This is polarized state. But what happened? Due to the stimulus, these Na plus ions came inside as well as. Okay, and outside to this is negative ions. Due to the rapid influx means immediately these positively charged ions come inside the axon. Okay, and hence this state it is called as depolarized state, and in this depolarized state the transmission of the nerve takes place. That is, nerve transmission takes place due to this conversion of polarized state into depolarized state. Means for the transmission, it is very important to convert this polarized state into depolarized state. Okay. Now this conversion takes place due to the influx of the sodium and potassium, that is positively charged ion, and there is transmission of the nerve takes place. Okay. Now what happens in case of these nerve fibers? When we studied details of the, still that we studied about the neuron. Okay. If you observe the firstly, that is neurons. This is the structure of a neuron in simple. Okay. These are dendron. This is cytosol. This is axon. Okay. This is one neuron. And this one is second neuron. Okay. Here is the presence of second neuron. This is again third neuron. Here is the junction, and the junction is called as synapse. Okay. At this synaptic junction, neurotransmitters are released. Okay. And due to this neurotransmitter release, transmission of impulses takes place. For example, when we get certain stimulus, for example, excessive cold, excessive heat, okay, or bite of the mosquito, or electrical shocks, such type of stimulus, it is detected by our receptors, and these receptors are present in our skin. Okay. Also internal receptors are also present. These receptors accept the stimulus. Okay. Now once the stimulus is accepted, it is very necessary to decide by the body what to do in this action. If there is excessive cold, what to do? If there is mosquito bite, what our body perform the next action. Such type of sensations, these are called as stimulus. Okay, this is first basic thing. Now this stimulus from our total body part outline, this goes towards our brain. Okay, through the nerve, spinal cord, they go into the brain. Now these stimulus, when goes into our brain, in particular area, analysis of the stimulus takes place. Means there is interpretation, there is analysis, there is the meaning of the stimulus. Which type of stimulus is accepted, and after that, this stimulus is analyzed. Our central nervous system decide what to do. Okay. Now this decided message, or what is the body action performed by the human body, this order is given to our body organs, and this is motor action. Receiving of the stimulus is called as sensation. Okay, and according to this sensation, whatever our body work. Okay, if we get electrical shock, we put our hand. Okay, this is mechanical action, and these mechanical messages, these are given to the body by our motor neurons. Means total body functioning, that is stimulus receiving, impulse formation. These impulses, according to these impulses, there is muscle works, our glands work, there is secretion of also glands. All these are under the control of these nerve or these neurons. Why? Because these nerve fibers shows these all property. First one property is excitability, second one property is conductivity, third one property is the stimulus, fourth one property is summation effect, fifth one property is all or none law, sixth one property refractory period, synaptic delay, synaptic fatigue and velocity. These terms somewhat difficult, but the meaning of these terms is very easy, or properties of nerve fibers are very easy. Just you have to remember about these micro points. Means excitability means accept the stimulate and get excited. Conductivity means ability to transmit. Then stimulus means subliminal and supraliminal. Then summation effect means addition of the weak stimulus. Then all or none law means conduct or will not conduct the impulse. Then refractive period means time interval of the nerve to fail to respond. Synaptic delay means it is the time required to release the transmission. Synaptic fatigue means temporary halt in transmission. And velocity means it is voluntary 100 to 200 milli per second muscles, and in case of involuntary 10 to 20 milli per second. This is the velocity or rate of transmission. Generation of nerve impulse, in which first one stage is resting stage or polarized state, in which outermost environment is electropositive, internal environment is electronegative. Due to rapid influx, this condition is changed. Outermost environment become electronegative, internal environment become electropositive. This is called as depolarized state. In this way, the polarized state changes into the depolarized state, that is resting axon. It is converted into excited axon, and after that the transmission of nerve impulse takes place. Okay. Hope all of you understand about this basic part of the control and coordination. Previously I also tell that control and coordination is divided into two mega chapters, that is nervous coordination and hormonal coordination. Now basically under nervous coordination we studied about the first part, that is neuron, then nerve fibers and the synapse, and also the properties of the nerve fiber and generation of the nerve impulses. Okay. The next one we are going to study about the human nervous system. Means in case of the human nervous system, which structures come under this, which are the divisions of the nervous system, and which are the particular structures and functions of the human nervous system. Okay. Still that, hope all of you are safe at home and all of you are taking the precautions of using mask, also washing your hands with the help of sanitizer or soaps, and also it is important that to keep social distance. Okay. Be safe and be happy at home. Thank you very much.